Good Friday morning. Dewey Evans back with you again. Rants and Raves. Been a great week. Not sure I have a lot to rant about, at least not when it comes to ranting about humans. I have some stuff to talk to you about that might be bothering me a little bit, but doesn't have anything to do with an individual in particular. Well, what am I talking about? As I've moved more and more into this world of broadcasting and trying to, in this particular setup, I'm using iPads and iPhones for what it is that I'm doing. And what I'm finding is everything needs to be charged all the time. Whether it's a microphone that needs to be charged, a recorder audio interface that needs batteries, an iPad that needs to be charged. It's just constant stuff. So, I've gone out and I bought one of these. It's a Anchor USB charging station that I just have stuff sticking out of all the time. There's pretty much something always on it. I'm surprised that there's not something on it right at the moment. I'm probably having something that I'm going to go to, and it's not going to work when I need it because I didn't charge it, because that's just how it is. And I buy batteries by the bulk. Yep, this one's almost gone. And when I was at Sam's Club yesterday, I just saw some more batteries. Might as well buy some more batteries because always need batteries. It's part of the world that I'm living in. Got to figure out some better solutions. I'm wondering, thinking about going and getting a new iPhone 8 Plus to use for some things, being able to have wireless charging and just set it down. But then I'll probably just forget to set it down where it would charge, and I'll be looking at it again and saying, wow, I set it down right next to the charger. Why didn't I set it down on the charger? So I guess this rant is all about me and my inability to get my arms wrapped around it. But it is one of the things I'm working on out in my man cave, is how do I have a charging station where I can make sure that at the end of every day, the middle of every day, the beginning of every day, everything goes when not in use, so that when I go to grab it, it's fully charged. So whether that be a camera battery or an iDevice, got to make sure that they're all plugged in. That's my rant for the day. Moving on to raves. I have so much that I could rave about because I'm so excited about what's going on in the world, in my world. And let me see, where do I start? Well, I guess on Tuesday when I did this, I had a little kind of retort to something that I had seen my buddy Soapy Suitor doing on his channel. And one of the things that I realized is, Chris and I connected about 8 years ago on Facebook, and we found that we had been living fairly parallel lives, and it seems to continue to this day. He's set up a new podcast, he's set up a new vlog, he's set up doing a lot of the things that I'm doing, and more credit to him. Huge props for stepping out and doing the thing which, he's acknowledged and most people acknowledge, which is being in front of a camera and public speaking, some of the hardest things to ever do. So congrats, huge props, Soapy, for stepping up, sharing your wisdom in a way that many, many people are going to benefit from, and where you can speak once and that benefit can be derived by people for the foreseeable future. So doing a great job. Doesn't mean I'm always going to agree with what it is you have to say, but props for doing it. What else? Well, I've been learning a lot, and the way I've chosen to learn over the course of the last couple of months is through watching YouTube videos. And you pick the subject and there have got to be hundreds of people spouting off on every subject. And as I've thought about it and had discussions, not just recently, but in years gone by, I thought, well, the democratization of information can be a really good thing. The problem with it is, it means everybody, even if you know nothing, get a chance to put their content out there. So I've gone through a lot of people, looking at people who understand about cameras and lighting and audio and you name it. As I get into this broadcast world, and I found some really good people, people who are sharing their information, who are doing it at the same time that they're learning, because progress in technology and everything is coming out all the time. And I really want to give thanks to everyone providing YouTube content, but particularly to those that I found are doing it in a way where I'm benefiting. I think I've been a more than reasonably successful tennis coach, and I was able to do that because I was able to figure out very quickly when I met someone if they were just talking or if they had something valuable which I needed to take in and figure out how to synthesize and make it my own. So I've also done that now in this new field that I'm heading into, and I think I'm pretty spot on in the people I've picked. And in an episode, maybe when I move past the iDevices and I start doing this, Rants and Raves, using some other technologies that we're working on, kind of figuring out how to best employ, I will share with you what I consider to be my go-tos in certain areas. I've reached out to one who immediately reached back to me and said, cool, let's do it, without even finding out what it is. Well, now we're going through that process of figuring out what it is, and I still hope that it works because I need it. Yes, I have to say, I can't do this all by myself. So I'm going to share that with you in episodes to come. Just wanted to jump on here Friday real quick and say, have a wonderful weekend. My oldest daughter is taking my youngest daughter to a tennis tournament in Austin. It also happens to be when the biggest music festival is going on in Austin, so I hope they don't get lost in that whole crowd. Hope they have a great event. It is the first time my 20-year-old has stepped up to take my 14-year-old to an event. It's going to be a learning experience for all of us. Good thing I don't sleep much already, so it won't be unusual as I kind of lay awake figuring out, did they get there safe? Are they getting to the warm-ups? Are they getting to the practices? Are they getting the right things to eat? How is all of that interacting? So it's going to be an interesting weekend. We are also being part of a little soiree that we're putting together. Going to get out, and we've invited our entire neighborhood to come and hang out in our yard on Saturday evening and have a little party. We were a little worried about it all week because the forecast was for rain. Forecast this morning looks a lot better. Because we've been here for 3 years and we've met half a dozen neighbors, and some of them have just moved. We've had a neighbor move out a couple houses away just over this past week. Another moved a couple of weeks ago, and a new family has moved in. So there's some new people to meet anyway. So, maybe this will be housewarming for them, if nothing else. So looking forward to it. It's going to be a chance to share with some people my IPA refrigerator, get to know a couple of people, feel like when I'm driving up and down the alley, driving up and down the street, waving to people, have some names and voices and what they're all about to add to it. So that's what my weekend's going to be about. I hope that your weekend has things which are equally adventurous and learning and wonderful. Enjoy it. Peace out.